Hi, friends. I told you it wouldn't be as long this time as it had been. I I am trying to, put more effort into this because uh, a lot of things, you know, are constantly changing, and some are very, very good. And I'm so happy that finally things are changing for the best, for better. I can't say for the best right now, but I can say for better, things we're working on. And I'm happy about that. Um, I've got solid goals, working on getting that moving forward. There's just some things that today was a hard day. Today was an eye opener, I suppose, in a lot of ways. Excuse my ums, I'm trying really hard. But so we went to our local market. I won't name them because I don't like doing that. Because it could just been an off day. Of course, obviously it was a very off day. But we were returning some items, and we had a wonderful cashier, mind you. Let me clear that up. She was sweet. She was very good at her job. She did all the transactions correctly, only to find out that when she was returning for a cash refund, there was no till. So she couldn't give us the cash because there was no till. So she did ask us to step to the side and wait, which we understood. I've worked in customer service for many years, and I understand that these things happen. And you know what? No problem. Can do that. I can do that. She was kind about it. She wasn't rude. She, wasn't pushing us out of the way for someone else. So she just asked us to step aside, and she would get this taken care of. And for, I'd say, 10 minutes or so, she was in the office trying to do that. But the line just kept backing up and backing up and backing up, and people were getting angrier by standing in line, and they were getting angrier and angrier and angrier. And it was just this poor woman. She was running here, there, and everywhere, and she was trying to, console, trying to help, and trying to, let everyone know she's doing the best she can. Of course, it's not good enough for some people. Never will be. However, we did as she asked. We sat to the side, and the lady that apparently is over the apparel, which is what we returned, had came back for some items, and she thought, oh well, I'll just hand these to her as well. Save her trip for later. Why not make your life easier? So she handed her the items, and right there in front of us said, "Did you smell them? Smell them." Okay. So the reason we returned the items is because they didn't fit. They weren't worn. But did you smell them? Well, if there is a smell issue, it's your location. Sorry. Anyhow, the cashier was very offended that that happened in front of us, and she could read the look on my face, which was offended. And she said, "Would you like to speak to the manager?" I said, "I certainly would." And normally I don't complain. Normally I'm just one of those go with it, kind of go with the flow, don't make no scene. I understand bad days. Yeah, I understand them. Got it. So it took this manager a while to even reach us, and finally she came outside, and she spoke with us, and we got the whole rundown that you normally get, and that nothing will be done about the situation. Okay, whatever. Maybe enough people will complain, and something will be done. Um, Maybe today was not that day, and that's okay. I don't care. I really don't. It's just something that happened that just it triggered. I mean, okay, so this thing that happened did not trigger the events of our day, but it just didn't make it easier. So we sat there and we still sat there and we still sat there. The lady knew, the manager knew we were waiting on a return. She knew because the cashier had told her, I have no till. I can't give them their change. So she knew that that's what we were waiting on, yet we waited and we waited. So we were there for almost an hour. And she finally walks back by and she says, oh, you're waiting for a refund. Mm-hmm. That's why we waited here all of this time. Nothing better to do in our day. No shopping to do, no nothing. Just that refund. So she goes, she gives it to my mother. And she tells us that she will address the issue, which we know is probably less likely to happen. I know how that works, and so it is what it is. And to be honest, maybe the girl was having an off day, and how she handled it was rude. No matter how off your day was, give her that. I don't care. I don't want no one to lose their job. I don't want them fussed at. I don't want anyone's feelings to be hurt. I've been there, don't like it. I just, whatever. We just moved on. After that part, we moved on. So we are there for quite a while and we do our shopping. Lots of shopping. A lot of shopping. And so we finally get to the checkout line, and I had my own purchases. So I separated my stuff from my mother's stuff, and so I went first. And I accidentally forgot a little thing of hand lotion that I was going to purchase. And my mom said, well, I'll get this for you. Don't worry about it. And I was like, nah, that's all right. I'll get it the next time. It's not a big deal. So she decided to decide. Well, we get all of her stuff rung up, and my mom was trying to help her organize, how to bag, how it would be easier to bag the things and do what she would need to do. And she blatantly asked her to stop. That it was hindering how she was doing her job. It was messing her up, basically. So my mom was like, okay, fine, to keep my mouth shut. Okay, to keep my mouth shut. So I just kept on because she had already had a couple of issues, not related to the store that she had dealt with, that she needed calmness. She just needed peace. She didn't need anyone else to start any kind of trouble or make any scenes. So she just, I was just letting it go. We're in checkout. We're at the end of it. We're fixing to go. Hey, we're almost out of here. So she rings up the last little bit of the stuff and everything. And then she asked me, because I was standing behind my mother, she asked me, she said, well, that item that you set back, are you going to purchase that? And I looked at her and I told her no. And I would normally put that away where it goes. But because it'd been so long, we'd waited so long in the customer service area, I was just tired. I didn't have it in me to do. And she said, well, you can just hand that to me. I'll put it away. That's not my normal way of doing things. It's just not. Like I said, I have customer service experience. I would usually never do that. And, I'll go out of my way to bring a cart back into the grocery store. So no one has to do that. It's just something I can do just to make somebody's day a little bit easier. But anyhow, so we go to leave, and I'm glad. I'm really glad to be out of the store. I'm just over the moon. We get our stuff loaded up and we get to going down the road and everything, and I don't know what it is here lately with restaurants and things like this, but it's either they don't have what we're trying to order, they have half of what we're trying to order, they're making it the wrong way. It's just happening a lot. And so I always check our stuff in, you know, it's just people's the level of pride in their job, I guess, is going down. I don't understand it. We make it home, and yeah, I get to thinking, we get everything in. It's all on call. We get everything in. We get situated. We sit down. I'm tired. I mean, seriously, so tired at this point, and I'm thinking back on the day and how what could have been done, what could have been made it easier in any of those situations, whether it been the poor cashier running herself to death. I mean, she was just here, there, here, there, here, there. Apologize, 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 apologize. I mean, yeah, it's kind of her to do so, but she is one person. She can't be doing all that by herself. And where was the manager as she is apologizing to all of these people? Manager should be in forefront and doing the same and fixing the issue. Of course, we don't know what's going on in the background. There could be so much more that we don't know, but there's someone there to help. And then, also by that, we also witnessed two I guess it's cashiers, I would say, have a little argument themselves in between, right there in front of everyone. And I'm sitting there thinking, gosh, bad vibes going everywhere. Like, this is just not the way you want to run your business. It's not the way you want your store to be represented and for people to feel safe or even, welcomed, hey, come to my store, buy our products, depend on us. But that's what we're here for. We're here for your, to make your day easier. We're here to have what you need, for your wonderful meal preparation or whatever it is that you may need that you were lacking. It doesn't matter. What matters is how you're treated while you're there. And so what I'm going to say is, we're all human. We are all human. No matter what, at the end of the day, what you believe, whatever, not getting into that. I don't do the politics and I don't do the religious thing. That's on you. That's your own beliefs, and I don't give into it. But we're all human, and that's a fact. That's a fact that can be proven. We're human beings, and we should be kinder to each other. We all live on this earth, and we should be kinder to each other. If there was more kindness, it would just be spread. I mean, you think about it back in, there was bad times in the old days, the older days and things like that. But there was good times too, because you know what? People would plow their, neighbor's garden if they were sick, or they would take care of livestock. And in return, when the neighbor next to them were sick, they would be bringing soup and things like that. I mean, people just took care of each other, and we just don't anymore. Now it's every man for themselves, and that's what's created chaos and distrust and crime rates are so much higher because we can't depend on each other. We can't depend on channels for help. Like we can't depend on the I don't know, how do you say this, the programs that were put out there to help us if we could not do something for ourselves. If we need a little extra help, money to pay a power bill, maybe, for food, or just anything, a little assistance. And now, one, you're looked down upon. Nobody should to be looked down upon, unless you are rich and never have to worry about anything like that in your life. Then we've all been there. You deny it all you want, I don't care. We've all been there. And if you're a rich person, I'm not hating on you, I promise. I'm happy for you. I'm glad. You probably worked hard. If you didn't, then your parents did. It doesn't matter how you got your money, you got it. I feel like even in that, we should be kinder, well, I guess the way I feel about it is you can't take it when you go. So if you can't take it when you go, why not share it while you can? You can share it with your children. You can share it with your grandchildren. You can share it with your great grandchildren to be. You could, start up nonprofit, organizations. You could do so much with money that's just sitting there. I mean, why? Why? I mean, it's beyond me. If I had won the lottery, I'll tell you right now. I don't know. My love for humanity is too big, and I've been told I've had too big of a heart. Maybe that would get me in trouble, and I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't do the right thing, or wouldn't go about it the right way. I don't know. I would try. I would try my best. But I just don't understand why there's people who have all of this money, and yet we're in destitute. As in a country, we're in destitute. And it doesn't make sense. Not to me. Well, I'm not a greedy person, though. And I'm not calling everybody who has a lot of money greedy. I don't know what your plans are for your money, and you could be very well giving out. It's just the ones that don't. It's the ones that's just holding on to it for a rainy day, for what reason? Just, and even if hey, you're not, and you have a lot of money, and just donate to the homeless shelter. Some donate. It doesn't even have to be money. Gosh, go buy blankets. Go buy things that they're gonna need. Go, non-perishable items and things like that. Things they're gonna benefit from. You can help them keep going. You can help them keep going, and that would be such a blessing. Because you have people who care, who are trying to keep these things going themselves, and they're gonna run out. They're gonna run out of money. They're gonna run out of resources. They're gonna run out, and they depend on people to help, because they too feel like, hey, we're human beings and we should be helping each other. And just like our animals, we should be helping them too. People just dump them. They're not these cute little bitty babies. They grow up to be adult animals, and they're not as appealing, I guess, to some people. Or they get them and they realize, hey, this is a lot of work and I didn't want to do it. And you should research that. Those are the things that you research, just like having kids. Do that. Think about it before you do it. Do I really want to have a child? Do I really want to raise a child? It costs a lot of money. It's going to, take a lot of my time. Am I too selfish to have a child? I mean, because there are people who can admit that I'm too selfish. I just want to be me. I want to live my life the way I want to live my life. Now, me, they're still here. I have 3 daughters. Wonderful blessings. Wonderful. But have decided, maybe not, that they want to bring a child into this world because of the way that it is. Well, it's their decision and they can make that decision. Would I love grandchildren? Of course I would. But would I want them to have children just because I want something? No, because, well, I don't want to have to raise them, but I'm in my older years. I don't want to have to raise them. So therefore, if that's not your thing, then don't do it. Just don't. And if you have one child and realize that's not your thing, don't have another. It's going to be hard enough to raise the one that you're struggling with. Now, I'm not saying that about my children because, they're very busy. They have very busy lives. They're, 2 of them have graduated college, and one of them, she's already in her career path, and she's very, very busy. She's fixing to get married. She's a lot on her plate. Kids are the last thing she's thinking about. Well, then I have one, who just graduated college, and she's going to be starting, work soon. And then I have one who says, hey, you know what? I'm undecided. Until I decide, I'm not wasting the money. It's too much. I'm not going to waste the money to go to college to not know exactly what it is I want to do. I think that's smart thinking, to tell you the truth. And honestly, she excels in customer service, and I really think that's her niche. She should stick with that. She can go so far with it. She's amazing at this. She's amazing. And I would never look down on her for that, ever. I just feel like in this world, we are part of each other. Some would think, okay, no, we're not, we're different. Some would feel that we're different because, of obvious reasons, and some would feel that we're different because of, maybe we're from a different country and we don't believe the same way that they may or anything, but it doesn't change the fact that, look at me, look at you. We are human beings. My body structure may only be different because I'm female and you may be male. That might be the only difference, but yet we're still human beings. We are designed the same way. And human beings suffer in the same way. Maybe not at the same time. It comes and goes in different parts of our lives. But we all experience suffering. We all experience pain. We experience happiness, sadness. We experience, all the feels. And not one person's better than the other. Not one. You're no special than I am. I'm no more special than you. We are all special. And it takes us all to create this world and to make it what it is. And, we need to think about that for each other. And to think about how we need each other and to open our eyes as to what, while we're busy fighting with each other, what's going on behind our backs. Be smart. We need to be smart. We're not being smart. We can be. We're very intelligent. Everybody. We are all intelligent. Don't undermine yourself. Don't do that. But I've taken enough of your time. I'm probably going to crop some of this out because, it's a bit long. But just keep in mind that you are loved. And, and if you feel like you're ever in a place where you need to talk, comment. I will comment back. I will talk to you. Because like I said, we've all had sadness too. Sadness, scary, all kinds of, all the feels. So, just day by day, and to know that, there are people out there that understand, and I do, and I am here. So just remember that. All right, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.